Okay, so we are flying to the United Kingdom today, but I have got to Palma Airport a whole hour early because I wanted to make a standalone video away from the flight video because I've got a very important message for you today. But it's with regards to a comment which I received on my channel just about 24 hours ago, actually, from a viewer who had recently landed into Palma Airport. I'm afraid it's not good news. Now, you can see I'm in the arrivals area here. I'm just basically sitting right in front of where all the transfer buses are going out to the resort. But I also appreciate that many of you will be arriving here into Palma Airport and travelling independently. You won't be on a transfer bus. You'll be getting the public transport out to your resorts, whether you're taking the EMT bus into Palma or you're getting the red and yellow buses out to the resorts. Now, I'm going to read you this message because this is very, very important. And I want to say that Pickpockets are already operating in Palma Airport this summer for 2025. And I just want to make the point as well, even getting off the bus here, when we arrived into Palma Airport, I saw one girl put her mobile phone in her back pocket, and that's just asking to be taken. So anyway, let's have a look at this comment, and then we're going to go and check out the buses as well. I'm going to show you where poor Joan actually got pickpocketed, and I want you to also take good care when you're coming over. So anyway, Joan says, "Hi Alex, this will be a long comment, but hopefully it will help your subscribers. I was pickpocketed at the airport just before midday on the 7th of April, despite being aware after watching your informative videos, and here's how they did it. I have a secret zip section on my handbag which sits at my back and has a very small wallet which is tucked right in. I had to access my wallet to buy a bus ticket. I had to insert my card and put in my PIN and then tucked my wallet back in for safety. Now, I did not use my phone, thankfully, as I had printed paper directions. The bus stop was extremely crowded with people milling around the ticket machine trying to figure it out. Now, at this point, I have to say that I do believe that Joan was actually getting the EMT bus into the centre of Palma, the A1 bus into the centre of Palma. We're going to go and check out that ticket machine as well, and just show you where this took place. She said the bus was leaving at 12:50 and I was ready for boarding at 12:40. A big guy that had been hovering around got to the queue in front of me and was about to board the bus. He stopped abruptly and someone went into me behind, and that was the moment, because at that time, as I picked up my case to board, my bag had swung around slightly. As soon as I was on the bus, I saw the pocket was open and of course the guy was gone. Now, that just took a split second of somebody coming up to Joan, bumping into her and somehow having her wallet away. So obviously, upon realising she had been pickpocketed, she goes on to say, "I called my husband who cancelled the card within 15 minutes. I'm now back home sorting everything out and the bank have given me some times." Within 10 minutes of being on the bus, they had withdrawn €300, which makes me wonder actually if they hadn't actually gone to a cash point. It was either somewhere in the airport terminal or maybe over here in Campastia. She says, "I couldn't understand how until I remembered I'd used my PIN at the ticket machine. So I'd been watched the whole time." She then said, "I couldn't get off the bus as I had no money to buy another ticket. So got to the hotel, I reported the theft to her insurance company, who then told me to get a police report." She then says, "Despite there being a local police station in Arenal, it was closed, so I had to go to Palma police station." Now, you may have seen where Arenal police station was on my last video from over in the Playa de Palma. So actually, just looking back at this, I think Joan actually took the A2 bus over towards Campastia and El Arenal. She then says the queues that were long and it took all afternoon. There were no toilets and just a vending machine, so it was not a pleasant experience at all. There was also a sign that said if you're reporting a stolen phone, you need an IMEI number on the purchase invoice or the packaging of the phone. Who knew? The police were very nice, but I suspect they won't be able to do anything. And I hope my insurance company will refund the stolen cash, and they're closed at the moment. So please tell your lovely holiday-making subscribers to not get their wallets or phones out of their bags at the bus station or at the airport bus stop here. The fare is €5 for everyone, and the bus driver will take cash. So get that handy while still on the plane, or the machine will take notes into the slot. She also goes on to say, I'm a carer and this was supposed to be 4 days respite for me, and instead has caused so much problems and worry I'm now having to work through to resolve. Please, please everyone, watch this video about pickpockets and take it very, very seriously so you don't have your holiday ruined. And thank you, Alex, for your videos. Well, you know, I mean, what can I say? This is really, really sad here. And there are a few comments actually on Joan's comment here. A chap called Shane, he goes on to say that he had been robbed on holiday and it was horrible dealing with the police when you should be relaxing. He's saying he's over at Easter and thanks for the heads up. Somebody else as well comments, sorry to hear your wallet was stolen. I had mine stolen in Pisa, also getting onto a bus. Emma Robinson also says my phone was stolen in Mallorca at the bus stop a few years ago. So, you know, it's going on already. We're just rolling into the summer season here. So should we go and take a walk over to the bus stop, and we're going to just have a look at the bus stop area, and we're just going to talk through what you need to do before you get the public transport over here in Palma, and indeed anywhere on the island too, because I have to say that the bus stops at the moment are very, very busy. Okay, so we've come down into the arrivals lounge here in Palma Airport. We're going to take a walk now over to where we pick up the public buses. Right outside of these doors, just follow the signs to public bus, you can see, and to the taxi rank. And goodness me, you can see just how busy it is today. So all the transfer buses which head off to the resorts are to the right hand side. Also to my right hand side you can see the taxi rank as well, which isn't looking too busy today. You can see we've got a plentiful supply of taxis, but we're going to go and head on down to the bus stops. If you keep heading straight on, and we are walking in the direction of the huge multi-storey car park, we'll see where the buses are and where you need to watch out. I would say from this point actually, you need to be watching out for your stuff. So buses going into Palma, the A1 going into Palma and the A2 over to Arenal and Campastia, leave to the left here, to the left of this walkway going down to the multi-storey car park. The red and yellow TIB buses heading out to resorts go on my right hand side. I can just see you've got the A32 heading up to Alcudia and Can Picafor. But let's go and check out where Joan was pickpocketed. Now it doesn't look like you can possibly imagine that we'd have any pickpocketers over here at the moment, but you've got to keep your eyes out. You have to be careful. As Joan said, try and have €5 with you. Have a note, have some cash, have it in your hand, get it out when you're on the plane, and just join this queue. But also watch out when you're queuing too. So you can see the machines here. These are just if you're paying by card. You can actually see on the sign here, it says on board only cash. Right, so this is why it's important to just bring a €5 note over with you and not to have to get your card out here at the machines, because anybody standing in that queue can see your PIN number, and your bank may well ask you to enter that PIN number if it's the first time you're using it in a foreign country. But look, this is the point at which Joan got pickpocketed here. It was getting onto the A2 bus heading on over to El Arenal. So the only time you need to get your bank card out is on the TIB red and yellow buses and the train. Just use your card to tap on the bus or through the train barrier and then off when you leave. Otherwise, please try and use only cash on the blue and green EMT Palma buses, and avoid the ticket machines. My advice for you is just bring over a few notes. You should be bringing a mixture of cash and also your credit cards as well if you're coming over here on holiday, but please use cash at these machines, but don't get your credit card out. And also, if you're walking around this whole airport area, just really watch out for your belongings. Don't have your phone in your back pocket and don't have your bag open as well. So just keep an eye out. Obviously, these pickpocketers are operating, and they're going to look like holiday makers. They're not going to be standing there with a big sign saying, I'm a pickpocketer, I'm going to come and rob you. They're going to blend in with the crowd, so they're going to be very, very hard to identify. So I will have coming up, I'll do it as a Monday update, my top tips as well to help protect you and your belongings if you're coming over here on holiday. I don't want to hear of any other viewers getting pickpocketed when, like Joan said, you know, you're supposed to be coming out here and having a relaxing time. Okay everyone, I'm going to head upstairs to departures. I'm going to go and start my flight video. video, and fingers crossed it's going to be a good flight back to the UK. So consider subscribing if you want to catch that video. Don't forget, in the meantime, you can also find me in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, also called Mallorca Under the Sun, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Goodbye for now.